we want to look at how do the values of each of these vary either down a group or across the period. Why don't we zoom in, and I want to start talking about periodic trends. And what I want to start with is the foundation of all periodic trends. Okay, so first off, if you're wondering what are periodic trends, what are you going to be talking about, who cares, all that stuff. Well, one of the first periodic trends, okay, I think these pens are going to fall off, so I'm going to move them a little bit. Okay. One of the first periodic trends that people discuss are atomic radius. So let's list all these out. Okay, so atomic radius, this is for neutral atoms. There's also ionic radius. Alright, so these are just the sizes of the atoms. But then there are also energetic considerations. And ionization energy is one of them. Ionization energy. These also follow a trend, a periodic trend. Also, there's electron affinity. And finally, I feel like I'm not spelling that right. Affinity. No, that's right. And then there is electronegativity. So, what we're looking at with periodic trends, we have all these possible things, these characteristics that are important to discuss. And ultimately, we want to look at how do the values of each of these vary either down a group or across the period. Okay, so this is the question that we are asking ourselves when we are talking about periodic trends. Why don't we give ourselves a header here for this topic? All right. And so, of course, I always have my periodic table very close. Oh, here comes Neil. He plopped down. So we're looking at how do these different characteristics vary as you go down a group. So how does atomic size vary as you go down a group? If we were looking at the ions, the +1 ions of all of these group 1 metals, how does the ionic radius vary as you go down a group? How does the atomic radius change as you go across a period? As you go across a period. Okay, so we're looking at those kinds of trends when we say periodic trends. That's what we're talking about. So this term periodic, it's a little bit vague if it's not a word that you use very often. Once you take a lot of chemistry classes and maybe even come to a level where you are a chemist, you use this word periodic almost without even thinking. But if you take a step back and take it from a point of view of someone who does not talk about chemistry very often, periodic, like, what does that mean? You might think like something rotating and going around and around. How many periods does it have? Something like that. And a periodic table, this doesn't go around and around. This is a list, right?